I've always told myself, as far as my life, you've got to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it.
If you want it, you better do it now. Like, everyone's always waiting for the right time and the right opportunity. And they'll say, why are you doing so many things? And at one time, when I say, why not? Who set the rule that you need to do them one at a time?
Jump, you're ready now. Jump, the sky's the limit. Jump, jump, jump. Leave it all behind and jump. Just go for it. Jump, if you can dream it. Jump, jump, jump. Together we can do all things.
Hey guys, welcome to Jump. And today it's Rebeca here. And I have the pleasure, the joy to welcome the Wilsons to the podcast today. What a treat. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So the first thing that when I met you guys at the Don't Keep Your Day Job, Kathy had a workshop in California, which it was, the Dreamtopia was great.
Yes.
So the first time that I seen you, two things that call my attention. Number one, you guys were together.
Yes.
Doing that together. Number two, you love pearls, and I absolutely love pearls. Such a queen. You're such a queen. I love it. Yes, I think you wear pearl the entire time, and I was like, it called my attention quite a bit, you know? And I was like, yeah, I should. I do wear pearls a lot, but I was like, I should start wearing pearl necklace. Like it creates like such a big queen confidence. Like, hello, I have arrived. You know, so great. So the thing about you guys that we talk a little bit during the break. You guys talk a little bit about what you guys are doing as a couple, and also as an individual, different dreams. I think entrepreneurship is such in your guys' DNA, right? Because you guys have so much going on. So tell us a little bit about all the projects, all the things that you guys are doing. So you're doing books, music, fashion, YouTube, photography. So tell us about what are you the most passionate about. Tell us what you do.
I guess right now, you alluded to a lot of it, you know, the music, the fashion, photography. But right now, we got like a singular focus because of the book, Kita Wita, the series. So our focus, I'm getting behind her as far as, you know, with the marketing and things. We're also having a signing coming up. So it's pretty much right now our passion is in Kita Wita.
Mm-hmm. So explain to our listeners, they're just getting to know you guys. What is Kita Wita?
Kita Wita is me. My neighbors used to call me when I was a little girl. And I was this weird, quirky little tomboy, but I was also very prissy to be a tomboy. And so I did all these weird things. And I don't know if it was because I was born of very young parents. My mom was actually 13 when she had me. And she was living with her grandmother. So that means my great-grandmother is who raised me. Wow. But I was just weird. Like, I literally cartwheeled every single where I went instead of walked.
Wow!
Going down to my friend's house, I cartwheeled. If I was going to the store, people would just see me cartwheeling, you know, past their house on the sidewalk. No matter what, I cartwheeled for a long time. I don't even remember like when I stopped doing it. So my first series in the book is about me cartwheeling everywhere I went for no apparent reason whatsoever.
That is called enthusiasm for life.
I'll take that. Enthusiasm for life. That sounds great.
That's wonderful. Wow.
So yeah, this is where Kita Wita came from. I just so happened to lose both of my parents at a young age. My father died in 2017 at age 57, and my mom died in February of this year at age 57. So like, it was like all these things that I had in my mind that I was going to do. I just started doing them.
Wow.
I just got busy.
Yeah. First of all, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank
I
you.
really am. I'm so sorry to hear that. But to see that through a loss, you got a chance to reevaluate what life is and to be like, I want to do something about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's remarkable. That's the jump in life that I wanted people to listen to this and be like, yeah, I should be doing what I want to do,
Yeah, absolutely.
So how is that going for you guys?
Well, so my first book signing, which I didn't know I was doing this backwards, but oh well, we're gonna make it like a meet and greet. So I'm doing that on June 8th, this Saturday. And I'm pretty excited. It's second in Charles here where we live in Florida. And so, I had all these like little cake pops made like my character. So, I have to be outside the box. And I got all these, like I even have Doritos made with my character on them.
Are you serious? How is that possible, guys?
I even got like Sour Patch Kids with my character made on them. So it's been a real experience. It had some bumps because you get discouraged because you're like, okay, am I really getting the following? I'm seeing the numbers, but we had a mantra, and that mantra is you just keep moving forward.
Yes.
Moving forward.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. We had a Nicole here, Nicole Rivera, and she said anything is better than zero.
Of course.
Absolutely.
So you just keep moving because as you do, you grow to become better, But do you feel joy for just being able to be telling people the stories of your childhood?
Oh, absolutely. I know, we did a poll and we sent it out to like our close friends on what the hashtag should be. Yeah, because, I was weird and I was different. And that's not always celebrated. We got a lot of bullying going on, a lot of crap going on. And so being, your own unique you gets kind of washed up in this new social media society. Everybody tries to do the same. But we sent out a little poll through an app and it came back with "It's cool to be me." So I always hashtag "It's cool to be me." And I actually think my husband's thought of that. Is that one that you thought of?
No, I think you thought of that.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the credit goes to...
No, we were kind of bouncing them back and forth. Yeah. And so we had like 7 of them or 8 of them. So, yeah, that's the one that won. And so that's what I use. It's cool to be me.
I love that. Hashtag "It's cool to be me." Because I feel like that's the thing that we are fighting the most is the aspect that it's like you don't know who you are, and then you look it around and you don't think you're cool enough, and all of a sudden like you start feeling that anxieties attack and all the things that we're facing, the depression and everything, because you just don't think you're good enough.
Right.
You're not cool enough.
Yeah.
And to hear somebody saying hashtag "It's cool to be me," it blesses me beyond words because it's even think about me. Because me as a child, I was weird and crazy too, I didn't know how to even brush my own hair, which is kind of crazy, So I saw your hair ponytail. That looks great. Like somebody did your hair at least. Now, can you imagine me with my white mama? Bless her. She just didn't know what to do with my hair. So I used to say, girl, girl, girl. And my dad would say, hey, go get the fork. Go get the fork to brush your hair. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? But I love the message that you guys have to share through your books. That is sensational. So at the end of the podcast, or everybody that is listening to, we're going to have the links for everybody. If you want to buy the book and hear more and connect it, we're going to have all that in the podcast so people can find you online and all that. Now let's move forward, and I have a question for you guys. Let's talk about the coffee with the Wilsons, because you know what? I am just so excited to talk about that.
It's our baby.
You guys talk about coffee and donuts, and you guys are the cutest. Tell me why coffee and donuts? Tell me why.
Well, when she and I were dating, we used to always meet up at Starbucks, and we had some pretty good conversations, a lot of planning, and just really getting to know each other in a more intimate way, or just picking each other's brain. And for some reason, we just connected over coffee. The donuts came in later, a few pounds later. But there's a friend of hers in Atlanta. She was the one that actually coined the term "coffee with the Wilsons." So it kind of had a little ring to it. So we just kind of adopted it. So it all started with us having conversation, and we still do that today. In fact, I got coffee right now.
That's amazing. So the coffee with the Wilsons is about to help people with marriage.
Well, this is how it started for us. When we were in Birmingham, we moved there because of my job. We didn't know anybody. And so the coffee time became where we went on Saturday mornings and kind of talked about our week and planned what we're going to do for vacation. What we're going to do for how much we want to spend on this. What happened at work this week. We kind of unwind, revamped, and started our week over again from the coffee aspect. Well, what we found out from that is that in marriage and in relationship, it is such a benefit and a blessing, even an honor to sit down and plan together. Write talk about your dreams and your visions together. We just happen to do it over coffee. We believe in getting in an atmosphere outside of the home to talk about finances. It just creates a different, more business-like setting for you because, believe it or not, there's an aspect of your marriage that's ran like a business. And so this is just what worked for us. And so we decided to, share it with, we kind of was pushed by our kids. We have 6 adult children.
Wow.
So the children.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yep. Ranging from ages 33 to 22.
And you guys have all this spunky energy, that's incredible. 6.
It's 6 of them. 4 girls. 5 girls and 1 boy. And he's the baby.
Wow. How did you guys do all this?
Well, we're actually a blended family. So he had 3 daughters, and I have 2 daughters and a son. There was a point where 4 of them were all in the house with us at one time. But we had we had 3 core children that was pushing us to talk about the marriage and relationship stuff abroad. One daughter was like, really, you guys need a YouTube channel. You need a YouTube channel. And for like a year, we kind of just moved it, honestly. And then the oldest daughter jumped on the bandwagon. It was like, you guys did a YouTube channel. And so I was like,
So here we are.
You
did it.
Started it. Yeah.
You did it. Now, what is the bravest thing that you guys ever have done together?
Yeah, we took a risk, and so we go through the whole story. Well, anyway, my wife supported me when I transitioned from government employment to to start selling cars, right? And needless to say, it was a disaster. So we kind of took a risk, and we came out on the losing end. And we took another risk by leaving Jacksonville, which is where we are now, to go to Birmingham. And we actually went there on a contract job, which means there was no guarantees or nothing like that. But I was like, we were like, hey, what's the worst that could, at that time, we was just saying, what's the worst that can happen?
We ended up back where we are. We can handle that. And so I got a position offered to me, pretty good paying position, to do fraud analyst work for the government in Alabama. neither one of us had ever been to Alabama. I know I haven't. And when the guy called me and told me it was a 6-month contract, I was like, well, let me check with my husband. And so I called him and I told him, I said, well, I ain't going if you don't go, right? And so he was like, let's do it. And so we did it. We, on a 6-month contract, packed up our home and moved to Alabama. And we ended up being there for 3 years.
Wow. And what happened then?
Well, I took the job and I did the job as the fraud analyst. And while I was doing the job, they had an extension on the contract for software testing. Well, I had never done it before, but I knew the system really well.
Right.
And the manager just happened to like me. And so she said, Marquita, I want you to start auditing this stuff. And I really hated it. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, I'm trying to keep it relevant. I was like, oh, I love this. Yeah, nice switch. And so I started doing the testing and actually liked it. And so I, from there, went on YouTube and began to teach myself other facets of testing.
Oh, wow.
And so when the contract ended, I had opportunity to apply for other testing positions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Or really crazy. You know, it's a fine line, right?
Yeah. You're right. It is a fine line between that's genius or that's really crazy. You're right about that.
Really nuts.
But that's the life of the creators. That's genius. So that's like really crazy, You
walk on water, watch this. Yeah, it's pretty much what it is.
My goodness. So where do you guys see yourself 5 years from now?
Well, he said free. What I would like to see, honestly, Rebecca, I would love to have my character picked up by DreamWorks, or Pixar, or a series on Netflix or Nickelodeon.
I know what you mean.
I would love to bring her to life to living rooms across this world. I would love to see her in the stores and little kids running around with her on their shirt and their backpacks. And that's where I would love to be, And actually, I took a really, really strong liking to LA. So I wouldn't be opposed to going out there for, an extended period of time,
It was nice.
Yeah. It's very different from being in the South. Yeah, but I honestly would, love to see her, my character, alive and brought to life in animation or in just a regular TV series, Netflix or something.
I relate to that dream. I love that. I understand. I know exactly how you feel.
Yes.
You truly do. Because even though I'm a creator and I'm an artist, it's just like, it's like this, okay? You can see all that in your mind, the imagination, vision, but it's not yet, did not came alive, but you already see that what it's like already. And you're like, okay, I just want to manifest that into the shows and things. But you can see you become the writer and you're telling the story. And then other people are working and creating and producing and sharing. It's just sharing of yourself with everyone.
Right.
And I think that's possible. I really believe that.
I believe it too, girl. I believe.
Good. I think that is all that takes. It takes the process of you believing and you working at. And you are believing and you are working at. And that's all that takes.
Yeah.
And what fuels this whole, not to interrupt, what fuels the whole Coffee with the Wilson, our whole vision is legacy.
Yeah.
So we're not really doing this just for us.
No.
We're doing it for our children to create a platform for them, our children's children, just to kind of show them that.
I love that.
Another way as opposed to 9 to 5. I mean, there's other avenues to express yourself and to live. So it's all about legacy.
And that you have gifts and that they make room for you. And you can't just, leave them dormant and not use them because they may be the way to your financial freedom, your happiness, your peace, open doors you never see. I often wonder, like, will I get an opportunity to, like, meet queens and kings? And, I'm an only child, so I have this super huge animated mind and this big dreamer, world that I live in. I wish we could show people our vision board that we have on our wall. It's gigantic. I mean, we took like a 16 by 24 frame and everything we could think of. We got Grammys in there. We got Oscars.
Oh, come on, girl. That's amazing.
We got cars, trucks. We got good health, because you got to be healthy. You got to be well mentally and physically to do all these things that you want to do. And there's so much of the world that I want to see and impact. And I want to be able to tell, people abroad, hey, if it's in your head, you can bring this thing to fruition. You can actually live it and walk it out and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And that's like really, really big to me. It's like gigantic. I don't have a word. What's bigger than gigantic? Gigantua? Yeah. Humongous? I don't know.
It's so good. A lot of few people think about the legacy, which is telling your generation that this is who I am. Yeah. This is how I thought about life. And this is my love letter to you. Absolutely. And to every single daughter around and every single kid that did not have anyone to tell them that. Yeah. I think that's incredible. I think you're amazing to think in that way. And let's talk about then the vision board that you guys have. Can we do that? Absolutely. One of the things that makes my heart, really happy is to take time to dream. Because I feel like by the end of the conversation, you're just like, I can see all this. This is incredible. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So in your dream board that you see, everything that you see, what would be the 3 things that you say, I am working on this every day?
Really? I think what we work on every day, maybe from this dream board, is honestly just keeping it in front of our eyes. Because he meditates at this board every day.
And from a practical standpoint, what we've done is we look at the dream board, right? And we try to find little steps how we can take to help to assist this in coming to fruition. So we'll start small. For instance, we have pictures. Obviously, we want to do some international travel. So in order to do that, you got to have a passport. So what we did, we created a little mini, I forgot the name of it, timeline. Yeah. It's a timeline. So we told ourselves that by the end of this month, we will go ahead and have our passports. Yeah. And then from there, we just got to think of what step to take after that. But we're going to just everything on there. We believe in that. In fact, we live it like it's already been done.
Right.
Wow.
Thankful every day that we already have these things. And so, even something as simple as what happened today. I actually got rear-ended today. Someone hit my Beamer, my baby. And
you got your BMW? Whoa.
And the guy that ran into the back of me just happened to build dream homes, like the most amazing dream homes. And so when we got home and my husband looked him up, he said, this is the guy that's going to build our house. I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah. So if you see the house that we have on this vision board.
I'm coming to Florida. I am.
Exactly. Come and visit and hang out by the pool.
My goodness, with pearls. We're going to be wearing pearls as we...
At the pool, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You better put your pearls on and bring your smile.
Yes.
Yeah, something that simple, something that out of the way or out of the loop for us became, this is not a coincidence. Not that we just happen to run into a guy that can actually build a...
Right. It changes you for the fact that you start seeing that there's open doors everywhere you go at every moment, even though you don't know how everything is going to happen, you know there is a divine connection that will connect you to the dream life, the future that you want to have. Right? Is that it? So for those that are listening to, it's the practical aspect of, if you want to travel the nations, you get a passport.
Yeah.
And if you want to have a house, a dream home, you buy the key change.
That's it. He's already said he was buying his Mercedes hat this week because he wants this. What is that?
A G-Wagon.
A G-Wagon.
Whoa. Guys, come on. I knew I liked you. Now it's like, it's a heart connection here, because, you know, you are putting your hands into work, but you're nurturing your spirit.
Yeah.
You're nurturing your spirit. And some way, somehow those things will come to pass.
I believe.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's exciting. That's an exciting life. I ask this to everyone that comes to the podcast. And I want to ask you guys, what is the quote that you guys are leaving by? If you can say, at this moment in our lives, there's this quote that really hits home, what would that be?
Well, the quote that we live by, I guess she's adopted the quote. I've been living by this for years, and I probably live by this until the day that I die. And it's applicable to the vision board. I've always told myself, as far as my life, you've got to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. So that's how we live. We don't wait until things we can see them tangible. To us, it's like it already has happened. So we have to see it that way. And what it does, it fuels us and propels us to keep moving forward. So that's what we live by. You got to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it.
Wow. I love that. What about you, Marquita?
I don't have a quote per se. But what I do have is, if you want it, you better do it now. Like, everyone's always waiting for the right time and the right opportunity. And they'll say, why are you doing so many things? And at one time, I said, why not? Who set the rule that you need to do them one at a time? And why can't I do everything that I feel like I'm capable of doing and let the chips fall where they may? And that might mean I have to do some adjusting. That might mean something doesn't work out, but that's good too, because you're learning, and I'm ever learning. I'm here to continue to learn. As long as I'm alive, I need to be absorbing, understanding, gaining wisdom, and those things keep me, completely jacked up. I'm already hyper, so I don't need a whole lot of things to, with the coffee and the donuts, sugar and caffeine. But when I believe I can do something and it's presented to me and I start putting my hands to it and I see it working, I'm like, man, this stuff is good. Even with design, I just learned how to sew in 10 minutes and then just started sewing, and I'm one of those people. And I've always been since a child. Mm-hmm. I've always been the person who's like, hey, I like that. Let me just try to see what happens. Let me just go out here and see what happens. And there's nothing wrong with, if that doesn't work for you, move on. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. People will tell you, to make you afraid to fail, but that's how you learn. I learned more from my failures than I ever have from things that I've accomplished.
That's good.
Wow. That's amazing. That's really good. This is my last question because of the time, but how do you guys allow yourself to dream together?
One of us will come across something, show the other one, and get the other one totally hyped up. Or even with some things, his vision is bigger than mine on some things. And some things, mine is broader than his. Yeah. But we never try to push the other one's vision out. We try to, there's not a competition. We're on the same team. It's always team us. We have to tell the kids that it's team us. Can't play one against the other. We're going to always have a talk here. And I think we allow each other to be who we are. You know what I'm saying? He may not want me to say his age. I've had 44 years being who I am. And he's had 52 years being who he is. And so we try to meet each other where we are, you know? And
I love that. I just find so much wisdom in this last thing that you just said. We're not going to try to say your dream is not worth it, pursue, or it's everything for each other is worth it, pursue it. And that is just awesome. Because so many times in marriage, you know, you say something to the spouse and the spouse says, I bet you can't do this.
Right.
Oh, you seem kind of crazy, or you're dreaming too high. Come back to reality. Come back to planet Earth. It's just so amazing when you allow and together, like you both, and people allow themselves to just be who they are. It's cool to be you, and you know, it's just incredible. I am so grateful to first meet such a beautiful couple. And I'm so grateful to actually bring you guys to the Jump Show and to have you guys sharing who you are as people. I love how relaxed both of you are. I love all the YouTube videos that you guys put it out there and just so transparent. And I love the things that you're doing. I love that. I think this is just the beginning.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Listen, when you go to Oscar to receive the Oscar, okay? Remember me.
Yes, I'm Rebecca, girl, you know me, girl.
I'll be like, hello, the Wilsons. Hey, I'm wearing your dress. I'm such a big fan. Oh, please say hello to me. Hi. Can you sign my book? I just want you to sign my book. Anyway, I'm glad that we can call each other friend.
Yes.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Great.
So happy you guys are here. Is there anything else you guys want to say? How are people going to find you?
On YouTube, we're simply Coffee with the Wilsons, one word. So you're pretty much, I believe, I don't know if I haven't seen that name anywhere else. So hopefully we're the only ones. But I have the little puffy afro. You can't miss it.
Can't miss you both. You guys are remarkable. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Oh my goodness. It's so cool to be you.
Jump, you're ready now. Jump, the sky's the limit. Jump, jump, jump. Leave it all behind and jump. Just go for it. Jump, if you can dream it.